Nice.
Oh, that was relatively easy.
Yeah, that went a lot better. Sorry, what were we talking
about? We were talking about how quickly I was going to beat that boss on my first try with exactly 100 rings.
So we're on the next level now, Ted.
We are.
Yeah, what were we talking about? Brewery shows?
We were talking about brewery shows, PJ.
Yeah, just had mine yesterday.
Yeah, how'd that go?
Good. We had Steve McConey on it. He's great. He was a writer for The Onion. He was working out some new stuff. And he told his potato chip joke. I love his potato chip joke.
Oh, what's the joke? Burn the material.
I like sour cream and onion potato chips. Anybody else? So good, right? So good. Kind of a gamble. Kind of a gamble as a flavor. Right? We had potato chips. Very early on, we wanted a flavor. Oh, what do you want to go with? Chocolate? How about a candy flavor? And some psycho was just like, how about sour cream and onions? I'm sorry, what? Yeah, how about a vegetable you can't even eat alone? And a dairy product. At room temperature. Make it happen. And it worked. They're delicious. It worked so well. The next week they were like, do you have any other ideas? He was just like, vinegar! Salt and vinegar! There's already salt on potato chips. Say it again! And get the salt from the ocean for no reason!
Oh, I know that joke.
Yeah, that's a great joke. If I don't bother getting in contact with him, go Google it, or I'll put up a link or something. But yeah, great joke. Yeah.
Yeah, Aaron out there, they're a popular little local brewery.
Yeah.
I work at a beer store. People come in and ask for their beer. A lot of times we don't have it in stock because it sells out pretty quickly.
What's your favorite beer?
Oh, that's a tricky question. I mean, there's so many, like... If you would ask me, like, what's the best beer I'd ever have versus, like, what's my favorite beer? Because, like, you know, if I'm, like, just hanging out, like, looking to have some beers, you know, it's probably something like a Jack's Abbey House Lager, which is just a nice, simple...
yeah, I've had that.
Yeah, it's a pretty solid beer. Nothing wrong with it. I mean, it tastes good, but it's, like, not super exciting. If you live in this area, it's pretty easy to find. Can't think of a liquor store that wouldn't have it. But like
my roommate spent a few years living in Montana. He said there were like 5 beers out there when he went. He lived in like nowhere. But he was like, yeah, you'd go to the bar and we'd be like, Bud, Coors, or Coors Heavy, like. Nice. Oh, nice. You totally...
Oh, God damn it.
That sucks. But you still glitched 2 free hits out of it. That's awesome. That's why I love that Knuckles is in this. Oh, right. And we learned last time Knuckles' jump is too short to get it from the first. So this one always takes longer.
Yeah, I mean, I would imagine it's different in Montana now. It's
yeah,
different.
That's true. Like, there's so many breweries, like... everywhere. There's always some new, like, oh yeah, we're a new microbrew, or I don't even know what the words mean, but like there's always someone new.
Yeah, microbrew is not really like what the in fashion term is.
Right, that's when you do it out of your house. Right?
No, well that's like what they called them in the 90s.
Okay.
It does have an actual meaning. It's like it refers to the like amount of beer the brewery actually produces a year, but you know, it's kind of like old-timey to say that.
Okay,
it's like what old men say, like, oh, you got some microbrews. But like,
there you go, that's a hit.
But by like
oh
god damn it,
just wait till it's like the 2 middle ones.
Yeah.
There you go. That's yeah. Boom.
Yeah, I mean, like, so like microbrewery used to pretty much refer to anything that was
Oh right, it's craft beer now.
Yeah, I mean, it's all craft beer now, but microbrew was like what they used to call it, just basically because all the craft breweries were within the like designation of microbrew. But like now, like, you know, Sam Adams and Sierra Nevada, which are craft beers, but are like such large operations, they don't fall under the you know, definition of microbrew. I don't know what because they're not macro either, but there's like mid-sized brewery or something. There's a term for it.
Yeah, I think I gotta go up on the block.
But like,
yeah, someone just got in trouble for pretending they were craft beer, right?
it was like, I think it was Walmart because they were like brewing, or they were selling like Walmart brand craft beer or something. I mean, like a lot of people do that. Like Budweiser is like pretty much always getting sued because of that, because they're like, you know, introducing some new product that is like looks like a craft beer, but it's actually just like Budweiser or Coors or something like that. Like, I mean, I think at this point most people know Blue Moon is made by Coors.
I actually didn't know that.
Oh, really? Yeah, Blue Moon.
Stopped drinking them a long time ago.
Yeah. Get yourself an Allagash White if you're in the mood.
Yeah.
For that style of beer, but like, yeah, Blue Moon is a Coors product, and then, oh god damn it, that's just the way my life's been going these days. That's actually not true. I've got more money in the bank than I ever had. It's almost like I don't have to pay rent anymore.
It's a glamorous life, isn't it?
Yeah, I know. But yeah, so like Budweiser makes Shock Top, which also a lot of people don't know, because Shock Top is like a newer product. But one time I was at a bar and the Budweiser like sales rep girl was there, and you know, like a lot of times if you're in a bar, especially on like an off night, they have these like promotional people who will like buy you one of these beers to try it in the hopes that you'll like buy more, or you'll be like into that beer and like buy it later. And so she comes up to me and the people I'm with, and she goes, "Hey guys, have you heard of Shock Top?" And I go, "Yeah, it's Budweiser's answer to Blue Moon." And she just turned around and walked away.
That poor girl.
Yeah, but even like something like Goose Island, which used to be like an independently owned like craft beer, they're now owned by Budweiser, and they're like probably like the biggest casualty to like be like a corporate buyout
Of just like, oh, this is real now, shit. Or
yeah, of just like, you know, it's like, oh, we can just like expand our business by taking this huge influx of money from some corporate giant, which is kind of what they did. And I mean, I don't even know all the details of that. But like, like Ballast Point, like which is like, I don't know if people are familiar with that brewery, but they're out of San Diego. They make the beer Sculpin, which is probably their most popular beer, which is an IPA. It's delicious. And there's a grapefruit version and a pineapple version and a habanero version. But like a year or so ago, they got bought out by the company that owns Corona for $1 billion. And it was basically because the guy who owned the brewery was like, oh yeah, I like having a brewery, but what I really want is a distillery, which takes like a way more money to, you know, get off the ground. And, you know, it's just nice to have $1 billion. So
I actually like Corona.
You know,
Here's my thing. I think if you ever like feel like being a good guest or something, like bringing or like, you know, hosting a party cheap, Corona and limes are like not a bad way to go.
yeah, I mean,
They're fine. They're good enough.
I like other probably cheaper Mexican beers if I'm gonna like slum it like that.
Fair enough.
Like I'll fucking drink Tecate and lime all day.
Oh god, I hate Tecate.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't think we're friends anymore. Everybody loves Tecate.
I work at a bar And I have spilled more Tecates than I've sold.
Oh, well, you're doing it wrong then.
I only wind up spilling Tecates, too. It's really weird, but...
I used to work at a different liquor store than the one I work at now, and I would constantly be dropping cases of Corona.
I pretend I know about beer. I don't know shit about beer. And as a bartender, I'm just making stuff up a lot.
I mean, I've worked in a bad liquor store. I know beer buyers who do that.
All right, that makes it feel a lot better. There are times where someone was like, oh, it's a hoppy IPA or a hoppy ale, and someone was like, so how's that any different than an IPA? And I was like, it's the brewing process. And I might have been right. I don't know, but if he had asked one more follow up, I would have told him he was overserved and asked him to leave. All right, we are cruising through this faster than we did last time.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of that is we're not even bothering to try and get the Chaos Emeralds this time.
Yeah.
That is saving us a lot of time.
Shit,
you are going to die!